All right. Welcome to Brain Training for Parkinson's Disease with PD Active. My name's Stephanie. Today we're continuing to work through the month of October on foot and ankle mobility mechanics, balance, and agility. And through that, we're working our vestibular system, our inner ear system that detects being unbalanced. Your inner ear detects changes in your balance. And then you're able to, with a priming of that system, you're able to then sense that you're out of balance and react to being out of balance in an appropriate way. So today's the third week through the kind of quote unquote series in October. We're going to kind of pull some of the past exercises together with some new ones today. And then just a quick announcement as well. Next week, I'm actually going to be out next week, but one of my good friends and colleagues, Rach, is going to be subbing, and she go by they, them pronouns. Rach is an amazing practitioner. She does they do a whole bunch of this type of work in various classes and with various types of people with neurological conditions. So you're sure to have a great class with Rach next week. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with a little bit of foot release. So grab your foot release ball, whatever that looks like. It can be a tennis ball, a foot release tool. It can be an actual small ball. It's preferable that it's something with a little bit of give so that it allows your bones to move. If you don't have a foot release tool, you can use a can of soup or tomato paste works well. That smaller can of tomato paste works well. I'm going to bring the camera down to the floor so you can get a better angle of what my foot's doing, and you'll still be able to hear my voice. So go ahead and bring your foot on top of the ball. We've been doing this the last couple of weeks, so we're going to kind of go a little bit quicker through this one today. But anyways, you're just going to roll your foot on top of that ball, and maybe in the past you've done something more like this where you're kind of rolling the ball, but I would like today to do more of a squishing of the ball. That's why I like the softer balls, which allows your bones to sort of ooze and separate around the top of the ball. Yep. And just going from the heel all the way through to the toes. Good. Let's bring that ball right underneath, right before your heel bone. So not quite at your heel, but kind of in front of your heel. And we're just going to work in sort of a pivot, a twist. Good. And then let's go ahead and go in the middle of the ball and just give your foot a little twist, which feels a little funny. And then come to more of the ball of the foot so that your toes can wrap around the top part of the ball. And then we're going to release the toes and then grab the toes. There you go. Release the toes and grab the toes. You can do this also in your chair. You don't have to do this standing. And of course, if you want to maybe be next to a wall, if you're having trouble balancing, go ahead and do that too. Good. One more time. Grip the ball with the toes and then release. Good. Let's go ahead and bring that ball so that you have the ball sort of underneath your big toe. Let's see if I can get a better view of that. Where your toe is pretty folded back and you still have the metatarsal head. This part of your foot is still on the floor. And you're going to imagine your big toe pushing a button. Because my ball is pretty soft, you can actually see that happen. And then release the toe up. So push the button with your big toe and then release. You're going to do that 4 more times. Push, release. And what this is doing is just activating our big toe, making sure that that big toe is involved, because we know that 25% of the power in our gait, our forward propulsion and gait, comes from our big toe. So we want to make sure that big toe is really working for us so that we can get full capabilities out of our foot. That 25%, it's quite a bit. Good. And last one. Perfect. And then go ahead and take that foot and just stomp it out on the floor. Get the vibration all the way up from your foot, ankle, through your shin, your knee, and maybe even into your hip. And I don't know if you can hear it in the microphone, but there is an audible stomping. If you're allowed to make some noise in your home today, go ahead and just stomp really loud. Good. Next one, we're going to do that toe folding back. So we're going to take our toenails down to the ground. And again, my foot is weirdly flexible, so yours may or may not look like mine, but that's okay. Either way, find something that looks something like this. And then we're just going to rock your toes right, or rock your ankle right and left. So you're getting kind of on the big toe part of the foot and then the pinky toe part of your foot. Wonderful. And if you want more stretch through that foot, you can bring your foot a little bit more underneath you and put more weight through it. That will get a little bit more aggressive in that toe stretch. Beautiful. And then go ahead and just kind of march around in place, or if you want to actually march around the room. And take note of any differences that you feel between the foot that you just worked and the foot that you did not just work. Maybe one of them feels a little bit more mobile, more alive, more of a contributor to your gait, to your movement in your walk. And I think it's worth doing the other side. So go ahead and grab your ball again, and we'll go ahead and mash to start. Yep. And all of this work here with our feet, again, we're bringing sensory information. We're sort of waking up the sensory nerves in the bottom of your foot and hands. Your foot and hands are very dense with sensory nerves. And with more sensory information coming into our body, we will be better equipped to know what to do with our bodies. That's kind of the idea of this whole class is integrating our senses, waking up our senses so that we can better perceive what's going on in our environment and then better react to it in an appropriate way. If we're not sure what the environment is holding for us, then our body is just going to tense up in sort of a protective mode and not feel comfortable to move freely and fluidly. And we know with Parkinson's, rigidity can be an issue. And so the theory is, and I'm hoping, I think most of you feel this after class, is that when we've integrated our senses, our body feels a little bit lighter and freer and more mobile. Go ahead and bring the ball to the backside of the heel. And we are rolling, pivoting that foot. Good, good. And then bring it to the center of the foot. And kind of twist a little bit. And I know it gets a little bit weird and sticky there, but even just the stretching of the skin and that tension is good. And then bring the ball to the more ball of the foot. And we're going to grab the ball with those toes, try to hug the ball with those toes, and then let the toes flare. Hug the ball, and then let the toes flare. And for those of you that have been doing this for a couple weeks now, maybe that toe flare is getting a little bit better, especially if you've been practicing this daily or every other day. Just these foot release drills at the beginning of your day while the coffee's brewing or whatever. One more time. Good. And kind of one more slide through. Let's bring the big toe button squish drill into play. So we've got Again, the metatarsal head on the ground and the big toe propped up. And again, yours may look a little different, but should be something a little bit like this. And go ahead and push the button with your big toe and then lift. Push the button with the big toe and then lift. And you may even be able to see it's very slight in the camera, but when I push the big toe down, all of the intrinsic muscles of your foot here are lifting your arch. You're lifting your arch, which is really good. We're pulling up and lifting the arch of your foot and then release. Good. We have active foot muscles, not a flat foot. One more time, push the button and then release. Good, good. And then go ahead and scoot that off to the side. Let's go ahead and stomp your foot, make a little temper tantrum. Loud stomps. Getting the vibration up through the foot, the ankle, the shin, knee. Not to mention this sort of pounding, which often has a negative connotation, but this pounding in your bones is really good for bone density, promoting bone density. Good. And let's do a little bit of that toe stretch backwards. So holding on to something if you need to for balance, toenails on the ground and rolling your foot side to side. Good. And if you wanted a little closer, a little bit more stretch or more intensity, you would just put more weight through it and pull it a little bit more next to you. Great. Then go ahead and march in place or walk around the room. And hopefully you feel, actually the side that you just did might be even now a little bit more awake than the other side just because it's more recent. But hopefully we have at least a little bit more life in both of those feet. Good. All righty, we're going to go into some brain speed reaction drill next. Using the brain speed chart, we've been doing this the past couple of weeks. If you have this printed out, you can use it. I'm going to assume that you don't have it printed out. If you have it printed out, you probably know what we're doing. So I'll let you figure that out. But if you don't know what we're doing, this is new for you or you don't have your chart. Essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reading off to you. So it's going to be an auditory dictation. I'm going to say left, right, or center. I'm going to say left, right, or center. You need to hear what I'm saying, figure out what that means in your body, and then do the action that is assigned to each command. Okay. So if you are, when I say right, I have to make sure I do this the right way. If I say right, you're taking your right foot out to the side and then stepping back to the center. Okay. If I say left, you'll take your left foot out to the side and then step back to the center. And if I say center, you're going to come up onto your toes and reach your arms up. I know I'm cutting off the camera, and then bring it down. Okay. If you would like to be more athletic than just tapping your legs out, and again, you can do this seated too. Okay. If you'd like to be more athletic, it will turn into a lunge. Okay. So a little bit deeper, and you can turn that into a full hop. Okay. So either tapping the foot out and then arms up and a little heel raise, or you can get deeper into that athletic kind of lunge. All right. We're going to go through 24 commands, and you're going to try to do them as fast but as accurate as possible. I'll go pretty slow for the first round, and then I'm going to start to increase the speed so that your reaction has to be quite quick. Okay. We ready? All right. Center. Right. Right. Center. Left. Right. Left. Right. Center. Left. Center. Right. Right. Center. Right. Left. Center. Left. Left. Right. Center. Center. Left. And right. Nice job. Walk around the room. Nice work. Some of you may get your heart rate doing some of these. We can double dip with your aerobic training and some brain training, right? All right, bring it on back to your station. You're going to grab your pencil next for some eye tracking drills. All right, so we have our pen or pencil holding in one hand. Your other hand is going to hold onto your chin to make sure that your head stays pretty stationary. And we're just going to be moving our eyeballs, okay? And I'll explain this as we go. Just stay with me for the eye tracking if you haven't been introduced to this yet. So we're going to go ahead and take your pen or pencil to the right side of your face. And again, it's just your eyeballs that move. I'm opposite of you. So one side of your face. It's just your eyeballs that move, not your head. And then go ahead and bring it back to the center. If you need to switch hands in order to go to the other side, go ahead and switch hands. Otherwise, you can cross your arm over. I'll let you, I won't micromanage you on that eye tracking, but just moving your pencil right and left and following that pencil with your eyes. And with this, I just want to remind you, because I haven't actually mentioned this before, but it came up with another person earlier this week, that the tracking here of your pencil is called smooth pursuit. Smooth pursuit. So are you able to track the pencil as it's moving versus another drill, which would be flicking your eyes to that spot and then taking your pencil there? Okay, so it's not just getting your eyes to the right and to your left, it's being able to track an object all the way to the left and all the way to the right. Okay, there's a difference between the smooth pursuit and the eye flick. So we're on smooth pursuit right here. We're going to do about 3 more pulls. Make sure you're really getting to the edge of your range. Again, you may get eye strain. It might be uncomfortable. You might even get a little nauseous. That's totally normal. If those things happen, maybe push yourself just 1 more rep and then take the break. Good. I'm going to go one last one right here. Good, good. Pencil down, wash your face and kind of cleanse through your eyes. Give yourself a little face massage, eye massage. This is really good for all your facial nerves and even for creating facial expressions, which we know is a challenge maybe for some of us. Ooh, maybe that should be a theme, right? Facial expression. Should we get ready for the holidays? Being able to pretend smile when your, son-in-law is talking to you. Good. All right. So we're going to grab that pen or pencil again. And this time we're going to go on the diagonals, smooth pursuit. So again, holding your chin with one hand and smooth pursuit with your pen or pencil. Pick a diagonal that you want to work with. First, we're going to go up on an angle and then down on an angle. And you're going to do about 8 passes. And if you notice your eyes again jumping, the idea here is that we have a smooth pursuit, smooth tracking. So our eyes don't jump over sticky spots. We're really getting the full range. I'm going to go 1 more on this diagonal and then wash the face. Good. Good. And then go ahead and do the other side when you're ready. So the other diagonal. What this is helping us prep for is our ability to move our body in space without feeling like we're losing our focal point or our, the one thing that we keep our eyes locked on when we're trying to balance. We all know that it's easier to balance when you lock your eyes in on something. So this is your ability to lock your eyes in on something and either have that thing be moving or the thing is steady and you are moving, right? So the vestibular system helps us coordinate that eye and movement of your body and still feel balanced. Good. We're going to do maybe 1 more. Not the best counter in the world. I kind of just go until my body says that's good. And then wash your face. Oh, great. All right. We're going to do the brain reaction movements again. Same movements as last time. Left tap, right tap, center kind of hop or simulation hop. I might go a little faster this time since your eyeballs are primed now. Are we ready? No one's going to trip on anything. All right, here we go. Left, right, center, center, left, right, right, center, right, left, center, left, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, left, right, center, left, left, and center. Very nice. Good. Walk around the room, shake it out. Good, good. Come on back. Grab your pen or pencil. Actually, I changed my mind because we talked about this in the past of us cheating and moving our pen or pencil. So I want you to find something on the wall, or you can look at the little like green light on your camera. And we're going to laser lock your eyes on that object. Okay, preferably it's something that's like eye height, eye level. Lock your gaze on that object. And we're going to turn our head to the side, keeping your eyeballs locked on that object. You may want to kind of skip with your eyes, but keep your eyeballs on there. And then go ahead and smooth pursuit again over to the other side, turning your head left and right, keeping your eyes again fixated on there on your target object. And really make sure that you're turning your head as far as you can go. So take a moment to stay sort of in that full extreme and then move over to the side. Now, the better you get at this, the faster you'll be able to go from right to left. However, I do want you to take some time in the extreme. So you can have a quick transition, but then take some time in that extreme. Quick transition, take the time. Quick transition, take the time. Yep, 2 more. Last one. Wonderful. All right, take a moment. Wash your face if you need to. If you need that eye cleanse. All righty. We're going to do a little bit of balance work just standing on one leg. So, yeah, let's just try it first. Go ahead and start to float one leg off the ground and just see how you do just standing here. Some of you may do this super, super well. If you have issues, sometimes it helps to clench your fists a little bit. It gives you a sense of stability and tension in your body, as well as pushing your armpits down towards the floor. So a little fist and tension in the kind of the underarms. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Good. And know for yourself, when you fixate your eyes on something, that's a lot. It's a lot easier, right? We can do that. Go ahead and keep your eyes fixated on an object in front of you and just go from right to left. Maybe take 2 breaths before you switch to the other side. Good. Nice. If this is challenging enough, go ahead and stay here. Otherwise, we're going to add on a little challenge. Come into a single leg balance. Keep your eyes fixated on your object. Turn your head to the left. Turn your head to the right. Center your gaze or your head and then switch to the other leg. Eyes fixated. Turn your head to the left. Turn your head to the right. Center and then switch. Single leg balance. Turn your head. Turn your head. Center gaze and finish. Good. So your eyes are always on your object. Woo! Woo! Yep. We're going to do 2 more. And last one. Good. And then release. Go ahead and walk around the room. Good. All right. We're going to do your brain speed again. Reaction time. I'm going to change the movements. If you want to do the movements, same movements as last time, if that was still new and exciting for you, you can do the same movements as last time. I know some of you have been kind of doing the same movements for a couple of weeks now, so I'm going to give you just another option. All right, so if I say to the left, you're going to hop to the left and then hop back to your center. Okay, so remember, you're always coming back to center. If I say right, side hop and then center. And then if it's center, of course, you can just hop up straight to the ceiling. All right. Any questions on that? So again, you have a few options. You can do the leg taps. Oh, my thing is just, yeah, there we go. Having trouble getting them in. All right. So you can either do the side leg taps and then the center arm reach, or you can add the full hops with your body, which is kind of fun. Are we ready? Okay. Center, right, right. We're going to go faster. Center, left, right, left, right, center, left, center, right, right, center, right, left, center, left, left, right, center, center, left, right. Nice. Walk around the room. Take a moment.
That was like skiing.
Oh, good.
Like
We're
skiing.
we're ski training. I love it. Cool. All righty. Let's go ahead and grab your ball or your letter ball if you have a letter ball. Again, if you don't have a letter ball, you can use any object to toss around. The letter ball is just nice because it has this visual input of the letters on it, which I'm going to explain a little bit. If you know how to play letter ball with yourself, go ahead and play. I'm going to go through the letter ball tutorial for those of you who have not learned how to play yet. Okay. So the whole idea with the letter ball is eye convergence on a moving object toward you. So we talked about smooth pursuit, where we have an object moving around in space. When we're catching a ball, now it's the object coming towards us. And can we track that ball with both eyes and converge on the ball so that we can then coordinate how we catch it with both hands? All right. So go ahead and start tossing the ball up and catching the ball. Make sure that you are fully tracking that ball with your eyes the entire time. So you need to be looking at that ball and tracking that ball as it moves through space, all the way from when it leaves your hands to when it re-enters your hands. All right. So if you want to make it a little bit more crazy, we would kind of arc the ball and have us move around in our eye field of vision. Now, this exercise is best to do with a partner so that you have the partner passing the ball to you and it's a little bit less predictable, right? But another way that we can get that unpredictability is by passing it off of a wall. So if you have an empty wall spot that you're happy to bounce a ball off of, go ahead and use the wall. Okay. But again, it's really important that you're tracking that ball for as it leaves your hands and then all the way to when it enters your hand. Okay. We're going to do about 3 more of those. 2 more. And last one. Beautiful. Nice job. Coming back to your spot, we're just going to get rid of the ball for a second here. So set that off to the side. We'll come back to it and I'll add on to the letter ball. Making your fists, setting the shoulders down, really feeling planted in your feet here. Go ahead and bring yourself back into that single leg balance. So we're going to do like what we did last time where we're going single leg balance, just moving from one side to the next. Good. If you would like to add the up level challenge, here's what we're going to do. Up and hold for a second. This time, instead of moving your head, you're going to turn your eyes to the left, flick your eyes to the right, flick your eyes back to your center, and then bring it down. Other leg up. Flick your eyes to the one side, flick your eyes to the other side, center, and then bring it down. Woo, this is hard. Up, eye flick, center, and back down. So it becomes very apparent that turning your head and moving your eyes does in fact influence your balance and how balanced you feel in your body. Okay. So that's why we're doing all those eye drills and all those head turn drills to precede this work so that we are a little bit more primed and ready to add in the balance work. Good. Up. Eye turn, and return. We're going to go 3 more. Eye flick, and then back down. So the head stays forward. Eye flick, and return. Last one. Lift, eye flick, and you may be working at a different pace, and that's okay. All right. We're going to come back to the brain speed again. We're doing this several times today, kind of wrapping up all the agility work. I'm going to change it just again. I'm going to add another option in case you want to up level it, because I see some of you just smashing all of these drills that I'm giving you. So we have option 1 is tapping out. Option 2 is a full lunge if you want to get a little bit more athletic. Okay. Option 3 is the slalom skis, like Carrie said. Okay. Option 4 would be to jump with both feet onto one foot and then both feet back to the center to reset. Okay. So it'd be a 1 foot hop and then back to the center. And of course, just a hop up for your center command. Okay. Any questions? All righty, here we go. Left, right, center, left, right, center, right, left, center, left, center, right, center, left, right, center, left, center. Nice job. I like that center to finish. It's like, woohoo, walk around the room, take a moment, maybe cool your breath down, especially if that was getting your heart rate up a little bit. Some of you may be more affected than others. How we doing? The scuba signal for doing great. Nice. All right. Let's grab your letter ball again, or your object that you're going to be throwing around. So we know that it's very critical, as I emphasized in the last description, that you're tracking the ball with your eyes as it leaves your hand and as it moves through space and as it enters your hand. Okay. Where the letters come into play with this exercise is as you catch the ball, because you're tracking the ball and it lands in your hand, you would say out loud the first letter or number you see as it lays in your hand. Okay. So go ahead and do a few bits of that where you're throwing the ball to yourself and laser locking your eyes on that ball and saying the letter or number out loud. Okay. Make sure you're saying it out loud. And also, I know it's hard to do this on your own. So again, the unpredictability is really important here. So kind of throwing yourself off, creating new experiences, bouncing the ball off the ground, throwing it up, throwing it off a wall. If you have a partner that you want to do this in the future, you know, doing it with a partner across the living room, it's always really can be fun and funny with a partner. Yeah. And again, this is all just smooth pursuit and tracking, getting your midline connection with your eyes. So bringing your eyes to the center of your face and then making that relationship. Good. We'll do 3 more tosses. Nice. Make sure you're tracking that ball. Even if you don't have letters on that ball, track that ball. Good. And then bring it back. All right, last set of single leg balance work here. Ball off to the side. I think this will be the last set of single leg balance. Fist, if that makes it better for you, go ahead and bring one leg up. You'll take 2 breaths and then switch to the other side. Okay, really feel the ground underneath your feet. That's why we did the foot warm up, so that your feet could be really open and wide and feel the work. All right, So if you want to up level this, we're going to take your eyes and head to the left, eyes and head to the right, center your gaze in your head, and then switch to the other side. Eyes and head to one side, eyes and head to the other side, center your gaze, and then reset. Eyes and head, eyes and head. Hopefully you get the pattern by now, yeah? Yep. And if you are doing this and you're realizing, wow, this is not that bad, and one of the other ones were more challenging for you and you want to revisit the, just the head turn or just the eye flicks, you can pick any of these drills. And you need to individualize the drills for you, over time. So pick which one that feels right for you. And now is a good time to challenge yourself with that particular drill. Good. And we're going to go 2 more. Last one. Good. Nice job. Shake it out. All right. We have another reaction drill, left, right, center, left, right, center. We have all of those versions that we've done before. So remember, it would be like, this was the one that we left off with, the single leg hop and then back center. If you want to up level it even more, because I know Mr. Mizok is in class and I'm like trying to push him a little bit. We're going to go single foot bounce, single foot back, single foot bounce, single foot back, center. Okay. So trying to land on one foot.
And you stay on that same foot. Is that correct?
I was actually just, I was,
okay.
Yeah, I'm going to clarify that because I realized that's only, So let's do this. I'm going to say 12 commands where you're going to stay on the same foot the whole time. Okay. 12 commands while you're stay on the same foot the whole time. I'll tell you when to switch. Okay. All right. Otherwise you can do the double feet. I know we got a little bit of everything for everyone. Hopefully there's something for you and your level that you want to work at today. All right. We ready? Pick a side if you're doing the single sided and I'll let you know when to switch. Center, right, right, center, left, right, left, right, center, left, center, right, switch feet, right, center, right, left, center, left, left, right, center, center, left, right. Nice job. Walk around the room. How'd it go?
That's really hard.
Really hard. Yeah. Good thing we trained your vestibular beforehand. Go ahead and walk around. Good. We're going to do your letter ball again. I don't know if I said this was the last time, but we're going to do the letter ball one more time. If you don't have any letters or numbers on your ball, I recommend for next class, you find a ball that you feel okay writing some letters or numbers on with a Sharpie, or you can order yourself a letter ball. They're $21 and I can put the link in the chat for you after that. This time, when you say the letter or number out loud, you're either going to say a word that's associated with the letter, or you're going to say the number times 2. What? All right. So for example, if I land on a V, I'm going to say vegetable. And if I land on the 3, it would be 3 times 2. So I'd say 6 out loud. Okay. And you can go through kind of the process of that out loud verbally if you need to. Otherwise, you can just go straight to what the answer is. Ready? Here we go. We'll just go a minute or so, 90 seconds, playing the letter ball game. Again, making it unpredictable and making sure that you're tracking that ball all the way from your hands to, through air into your hands. And I love it. We got some people bouncing it off the wall. I love that. Bounce it low, bounce it high, bounce it off the ground. Good. So a word association or the number times 2. I've known people to put like full words on there, or you can say a word that starts with that letter in a different language. people learning, people learning Spanish, they would put both the Spanish and English words on there and have to translate them. Great, about 20 more seconds, maybe 5 or 6 more tosses. Good, and then bring it on back. Nice. All right, we're gonna do, grab your pencil again. And we're gonna do another set of the vestibular head turns. However, if you did the vestibular head turns standing last time, I'm going to ask that you challenge yourself and do them in a kneeling position. Okay, in a kneeling position. It just kind of changes it up in terms of how you feel your balance. What I do like about kneeling is that you both get this hip stretch in your quad. So a little multitasking there, getting the hip stretch. You can work on some hip extension strength, pressing your hips forward. And then if you're really wild, you can work on getting that toe stretch by tucking the toe pads in with your feet. Okay, so that's just kind of an overview of your kneeling position. And if you're doing the VOR there, go for it. Otherwise, right here, you can either use your pencil or your target on the wall, which I prefer. I need to get used to not using the pencil for the VOR, but just turning your head, not moving your object, or look at something on the wall, which tends to be a little bit better. So keep your eyes on the pencil there and just move your head. There you go, Walter. That looks a lot better. Nice job. Looking good. Really turning that head side to side. Perfect. One more. Good. And then either march in place or practice this transition here from your kneel. So either marching in place or working this transition. Good. And you can either tap your knee. Sometimes that helps create a little bit more stability. Good. So again, we have kind of agility on our feet, right? Which we've been working on, and then agility on the floor, which is kind of a weird thing to think about, but how well are you able to maneuver yourself on your knees, on your hips, and kind of that's what we pull Pilates into. Good. And then finish with your left foot forward, Good. And sometimes here it helps to bring one hand on your thigh for a little bit of connection. It gives you more information about your positioning in space. If you want to put your hands on your hips, you're more than welcome to do that as well. We're going to do diagonal head turns. So laser lock your eyes on something. If you have your left foot forward, you can also do this in a split stance if you're standing. So just put your left foot forward. So right here, we're going to go up on the diagonal left with your chin, down on the diagonal right with your chin. But again, your eye gaze is locked in on your target. I feel like this is like power stance. Right, Carrie? We got our power stance going on here. Good. Lift your chest up. Remember, we want to keep really tall posture. As you're working through any of your eye and vestibular exercise, you want to really be vertical through your axis. Good. One more time. Good. And then work on that marching. You can either march around the room or just work on that swap with your legs. Good. Maybe you're getting the hand to knee connection. Hand to knee connection. Beautiful. We're going to do 3 more. And then you could probably guess we're going to do the other side. So land with your right foot forward, either in your split kneeling position or in your split stance position standing. Vertical posture, eye gaze on your target. Turn your head up to the right and down to the left. Excellent. Maybe 3 more. 1. Eyes on your target. Keep your eyes on your target. Good. Nice job. And then go ahead and bring yourself all the way up to your stand. Again, walk around the room, march it out, wash your face. If you have trouble keeping your eye on the target for those head turning drills, you can position your ball on a bookshelf or something with a particular letter showing. And as you're doing your head turns, you would just focus on the letter M and say all the words that start with M that you can come to mind. Okay, so if you're having trouble keeping those eyes locked, then you can do that one there. All right, we're going to do your agility hopping. I promise this is the last time. I'm not going to change anything, so you can pick which level you want to work with. Just the taps, the lunges, the double leg ski hops, or the single leg hop for 12 commands, and then I'll tell you when to switch, okay? I recommend you starting on the opposite foot than what you started on last time if you're doing the single leg, just to see what that feels like to be kind of just swapped. Maybe you get tired. I don't know. All right. Last time through, which side do we do? Okay. Left, right, center, center, left, right, left, right, center, right, left, center, left. Switch legs. Left, center, right, center, left, right, left, right, center, left, left, center. And then walk around the room, shake it out. Excellent job. All righty, before we go into our reflection mode, we're going to do a little calf stretch because I know that was a lot of hopping for some of us and a lot of work through your feet. So go ahead and you're either going to find a step. Can you see that? I don't know if you have a step in your room or nearby that you're going to drop your foot off of. So that's one option. Option 2 is we did this one last week. Right here, you would have your foot up against the wall and bend your knee in towards the wall. Okay, so some sort of like foot up against the wall and then bend your knee in towards the wall. And you're going to want to make it dynamic. So you come out of the stretch and then into your stretch. Out of the stretch. Good. And last one. Good, good. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Ooh, this side's tight for me. Oh my goodness, I can't even get my knee to the wall. Come on, Steph. Out of the stretch, into the stretch. And of course, if you need to hold on to something for balance, I hope at this point that goes without saying, but I feel like I should just remind you, keep everyone safe. Last one. Good. And then we're just going to split our stance. I'm going to keep the camera here. We're just going to split our stance here, and you can, again, hold on to a wall or something that you need. Go ahead and lift your heel up, really working through your toes, and then lower your heel down to the ground. Try to keep your knee straight. So a lot of work in your quad here in the front. So we're just going to come up onto the toe and then reach your heel down, but try to keep your back leg straight. So lifting and dropping. And notice for yourself, if you have ankles that need a little bit more mobility, your body may cheat and do something like this with your foot turned out. So really make sure that your toes are forward and your hips are forward and square. Okay, one more of those. And then other side. So if you wake up in the morning, great thing to do is those ball stretches through the bottom of your feet. If you get to your room and the ball's in the other room and you're like, ugh, I'm too lazy to go get that ball, this is another really good one to prime the muscles in the bottom of your foot, okay? And stretch your foot. Again, so you're going up and down. Squeeze that quad so you don't bend your knee. Up and down. Okay, one more time there. You got it. Nice work. Take a lap around the room and just notice what your gait feels like here. How does your feet feel? How does your arm swing? How's your rotation? How's your stride length? How's the sound of your gait feel? If you normally kind of have a thuddy gait or a loud gait, maybe it's a little softer, more agile now. Good. And then go ahead and bring it back to your station, either taking a seat on the floor or seat in a chair. And we're going to do that 2-minute reflection that we do at the end of every class. And this 2-minute reflection is really important for you to consolidate all the information that you learned in today's class, both kinesthetically, meaning in your body, and intellectually, kind of the concepts in an intellectual way. How do you consolidate all that information so it gets more stored in a more permanent place? And immediately after a bout of exercise or learning, we need to take this 2 to 10-minute quiet reflection. Find something comfortable, find a comfortable place for your body, preferably seated or laying down on the floor. And we're going to go 2 minutes to sort of let your body relax, feel your breath. You can play back the session in your mind and reflect on what was interesting or new or improved. I'm going to turn off my audio so that I don't distract you, and we're going to go for about 2 minutes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and an even longer time exhaling out through your mouth. In through the nose. And then an even longer exhale out through the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose. And a long exhale out through the mouth. Excellent work, everyone. Thanks for joining me again. Before I shut off the recording, just a quick announcement. So Rach will be subbing next week. We're going to start with a new theme in November, TBD. If you have any requests, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm going to turn off the recording and feel free to share